Alright guys, this will probably be one of the shortest videos I ever make, but I wanted to do a rapid fire of the 8 teams at champs. Probably won't go through like the ones I feel like don't really have a chance, or maybe I might. But I just want to do a rapid fire, what I think, it's like rapid fire, but still give me 10 minutes, of what these teams need to work on going into champs. Like a lot of it's going to sound pretty generic, but I mean, it is what it is. We're just going to start off, since I already have it open, with LA Thieves. So LA Thieves have a very deep map pool. Don't really have much to work on. If I had to give them something to work on, is their skyline hardpoint is a little bit shaky. A little bit shaky. I feel if you're not going to be playing Vault as much, they played against OpTic in like elimination round 4, but if you're not going to be playing Vault that much, you need Skyline in there to pretty much make your like their S&D's good. If their S&D stays good and their control stays good, they need to work on their hard point. Like they need to work on their hard point. Against Miami, I kind of feel like Miami has an edge on them in like Hacienda hard point. Faze has an edge on them in Rewind. Ultra has an edge on them in Skyline. Even OpTic, even though like they beat both those teams in Skyline, wasn't as convincing. With Boston, same thing. Boston beat them last time they played Skyline against them. So Skyline's kind of a weak map for them. Even though they got 2 wins, but they're still very close games. And if the other team just did something a little bit differently, could have went a different way. I mean, like their control's still top, so if they keep control, I mean, like they pretty much have a pretty good control. Well, it just comes down to the hard point. Like if their control stays the same, S&D stays the same. S&D could use a little bit of work because the playing like ratty for info and then doing like the back and forth, or just like people are gonna catch on to that. People had a month to go over like your VOD. People are gonna, so you better come with like different looks this time. You need some different looks. You need to potentially activate Hydra and Envoy a bit more and still get scrap in positions where you could get kills in S&D, and then Dan Ghosty just be Dan Ghosty. But they need to tweak their hard point. Like their hard point is still good enough to win against basically everybody, but there is some weak spots, and the deeper you get into this tournament, the deeper the competition, and like the competition's already going to be deep after like the Boston Breach round, because they're going to be running into Vancouver or Miami, and those are two both really good hardpoint teams. But also going to get into Ultra. What I feel Ultra needs to work on is pretty much everything, because besides you take Skyline hardpoint and maybe Protocol S&D out of there, they have no bread and butters. Like their control map pool is Vault and Protocol against a team on a given day. But it's not anything that they look at and it's guaranteed. They don't really have much guaranteed maps like, oh, they feel super confident on the map. They probably just feel super confident as a team overall because of like the skill level. But it's not translating well in matches. It could translate against an LAG or a Carolina. They look really good against teams like that. But against teams like OpTic, Atlanta Faze, LA Thieves, even the Miamis, the Vancouvers, their hardpoint looks a lot weaker playing against way better opposition. I hope Insight can have a revolutionary event. The cliche thing everyone says, needs to play a bit faster. Really does have to. And it's not even about playing faster. You just need to be in positions where you know shit's going to happen. Like that's what it really comes down to. You don't like have to like sprint all over the map. Like it doesn't have to be that kind of fast. You just need to be in positions where you know shit's going down. What it comes down to reading pressure. Talk about reading pressure a lot. You have to be very decisive in this game. The top players are very decisive. They could read this is happening, got to do this. Too much hesitation results in a team failure. So some they got to work on. Jodeci's playing very well. Beans needs to step up. Obviously, I could talk about the individuals. Beans needs to have a generational performance. Very inconsistent throughout the whole year. Very disappointed how his year turned out. Would not be surprised if he gets dropped. Really wouldn't be surprised at all, especially if they got a bad placing. But they pretty much need to work on everything. Like besides Protocol S&D, they don't really have any bread and butter S&Ds. Like they're 1-8 in dealership. Red card, they don't play that often. Hacienda, S&D, they don't like they have no S&D map pool, and it just makes me think, what are you guys doing all year? Like I say this all the time, but we're gonna be going through these teams map pools like a bit, and you could just like, what are these teams doing all year? That like your only bread and butter is Skyline Hardpoint, and then you take that out of there, and if they're like above the skill level of Carolina, it's like a hard challenge. We need more than just Skyline Hardpoint. Like we need something else. They're pretty good at Vault, but I mean OpTic smacked on them back to back, and they've had close maps, close losses on that map, so it's not even a bread and butter to be honest. Um, Red Card that they ban a majority of the time, and then Hacienda, not really in their repertoire. Probably don't even play that much to be honest. Um, 6 and 7 on it. Um, yeah, like you literally take Skyline out and everything else is like pretty like below par, like just barely scratching the surface of positive, you know, like pretty average shit. Like Skyline's the thing that makes the record good. You take Skyline out of there, and they're 30 and 27. Like not that great for a team of this caliber with those players to be 30 and 27 in hard point. So they literally got to work on like everything. And then I guess I could pull up. Let's do Vancouver. Or does it actually click on Vancouver? I'm curious. Let's see if it actually clicks on Vancouver. Wait, what? Okay, anyways. So we're going to go on Vancouver. So I feel Vancouver, like their hard point's very good, and it's very good against the top teams. But their control is about as worse as it could get. Like they're 21 and 23 on control, 8 and 9, 9 and 8, 4 and 6. They need to spicing up their control. And this is another thing, like teams been playing all year. How these, bro, control is like the easiest thing to me. Like I love control because of how simple it is. That's just like my personal opinion. I think control is like the easiest thing to get down pat. It's mostly about kills, playing the right spots, knowing your spots, spawning them where you wanting them, making the right plays on offense, like force people onto sites, force them into kills. Like, you know, it's a very easy game mode to play, and it's mind blowing how people haven't grasped how to play it. Especially with coaches and VOD review and the talent they have, how they still suck it. Like they have no bread and butter control, like at all. Like they don't have a bread and butter control in Vault. You play Atlanta Faze, you're never gonna see a Vault control. You play LA Thieves, they're gonna smack you on it. You play a lot of other teams, they're gonna smack you on it. Hacienda, they beat Faze on it at Major 3 or Major 4. I think it was Major 3. Um, but you could honestly chalk that as maybe just like that was the magical win. You play that map again, they fucking lost it. Like, you know? Like, not a bread and butter, just the map they won. And then Protocol used to be a map people like feared them on for control. They still fear them on it for S&D. They don't want to play. They don't want to play fucking 04 and Neptune on that map, because that map is like made for flankers. It's made for flankers and it's made for pinchers, and that's fucking Neptune and 04 fucking route takers. That's literally what that map's meant for. So no one gives it to them. And also like their S&D, obviously, like their S&D obviously needs work. It's not on the level of a team like Atlanta Faze or LA Thieves. Definitely something they got to work on as well. But I think more emphasis on control. If they get good at hard points and controls, I think their S&D is just good enough that they could squeak out wins against people. But it would be S&D and control if they keep the hard point like the way it is. It's S&D and control for sure. More emphasis on control than S&D, by the way, because I think they could still take S&Ds off people. And then I guess we'll go to Carolina. I'm not really motivated they're going to do that much here. I mean, they basically got to work on everything. And a lot of people talk about Gwyn activating on LAN. But I went back and I watched him play. Like, I watched, like, the Vault hardpoint, because I saw he played it online when he was dropping fucking 40s. I watched the exact same game on LAN. He plays the exact same way. But it's just that teams just play different on LAN. And he's not able to do the things that he does online on LAN. But I don't think Gwyn plays any different. Like, I don't think he plays any different. I don't think he's nervous. I think he plays the exact same, but it just don't work on LAN. He just needs to find a better way of playing, you know? Like, the way he plays like a fucking onliner. If you know, you know. He plays like an onliner. Just needs to know how to play in a consistent way, like a Hydra or like a Simp does. A very consistent way of playing. That's what he needs. I I could elaborate more to that further. I may do that after EWC. I'm trying to keep this short, but definitely a video I've been like fiending to make. And once I get more clips, like for champs, the most recent one after this month, I'm gonna give these. I don't even want to give these teams a grace period because oh yeah, you gave them a whole month and then you look, they played the exact same way, you know. But I'm gonna see who does the champs. I'm gonna watch him, and after EWC, I will make an actual video on like just him playing and how he plays basically the exact same thing and how he could play better to play more consistently, get more consistent results, because the team pretty much like depends on him because like TJ is a very good role player. Like I don't think TJ is ever meant to be like a superstar. He could have superstar series and performances in games, but he's not gonna be like the guy who like carries the whole ship. I don't think he's like that type of player right now. I would want him to be really like he's like still like he's like 23 or something. Like he's still like pretty young, I think. Oh, he's like 25. But dude, yeah, I mean I had high hopes for him, but I mean it really comes down to Gwyn and TJ. Hopefully Slasher's not in a bad mood, and hopefully they figured out a way to enable Dylan Rex. Haven't heard a thing out of any of these guys besides fucking TJ posting NFL fucking pictures on his fucking Twitter. But hopefully Slasher's not in a bad mood. Brian Saint, dog shit coach. Don't expect much there. I'm sorry. That one just came out. But yeah, I mean, basically what they have to work on is they have to work on like the respawn. The respawn is just not up to par. If they get good at hard point, I think their S&D could carry. I mean, their control is like god awful as well. Don't really have a bread and butter. Like if I were them, maybe get better at vault control. It's probably like their one saving grace. If they get good at just vault control and protocol control, and you get Hossie out of there, you could pretty much contest like a lot of teams. And the reason why I say vault control is because it's already like the map that they're pretty much half good at. So if they just perfect that map and like a protocol, I feel like they could. And protocol is like a map where like even if you're down, you could still come back. That's why I say that one over Hacienda. Because in Hacienda, sometimes if you're just like out of it, you're just out of it. Protocol is like a little bit fluky sometimes because like there's so many flanks you could take, so you're never truly out of it unless they're literally pinning you in the back turret in your back spawn. But definitely want to work on vault control, protocol control, and then I mean just every fucking hard point, like besides maybe vault. But I mean they haven't really like they don't have a positive fuck record on anything. Like 4-7, 7-11. I will be going there after 0-1 in a rewind, 7-3 on red card, which is the map they fucking veto all the time. And they're fucking still good at it, which makes no sense, dude. Holy cow, dude. Like, I don't even get it. But, yeah, just have to work on respawn, pretty much. Pretty much have to work on respawn. I mean, should I go into Boston? I don't really want to. I mean, fucking Boston, bro. I just need to work on everything, dude. I think their S&D is, like, good enough. And they show glimpses of being good at hardpoint when they use, like, their teamwork. And people aren't scamming and trolling. When people aren't scamming and trolling, that's actually a very dangerous team. Like I think they have a very good concept in teamwork and control, mostly on vault, but they need another map under their belt. Obviously you can't play vault control every fucking series. You need to get better control. I'm gonna leave S&D alone because I think their S&D is like that thing on the top level, like in a grand final against LA Thieves when you're playing basically like 3 fucking S&Ds, 3-4 S&Ds. Like you're probably not gonna like. If it's like a marathon S&D thing, then, you know, that's when they might like succumb, but they're not going to make it to the finals anyway. So not really much to worry about there. And obviously just the ARs need to do a lot more. I feel like the ARs do a lot more. This team could be super dangerous. Like if you kept Purge and Snooping, he had 2 better ARs. Like RC's Priesta. No, I'm kidding. They do way better. But they really need to use their teamwork. They have a very good understanding of teamwork. That's really what they have to try to channel and hone in on. When they show good teamwork, they've proven they could take on anyone. They even beat LA Thieves before. You can look at the last time they beat LA Thieves at the Major 2 tourney. You can even say it was an off day for LA Thieves, whatever. And that map is just a scam fest. I have that on my YouTube up somewhere if you go back and watch it. Like this tournament was March 20. It's around there. You'll see it. I literally break down the whole map. But yeah, fucking control. Definitely something I got to work on. Hard point. tighten up, but I think it's honestly mostly control. Their S&D is probably good enough, but definitely got to. And I say it's good enough because they have, like, the players for it. But realistically, a lot of these teams just need respawn, dude. Because like just so much heavy firepower out there, it's just gonna like fucking take you out, you know. Miami. Okay, Miami. That's just gonna be short. My bad. It's fucking 15 minutes now. Probably gonna go like 25. Got 3 fucking videos uploading. This is fucking crazy. So need to Miami need to work on their hard point. Like when they're playing like the bottom teams in the league, like they're pretty much solid on everything. But when they play the top teams, their respawn, especially their control, once again, control definitely something Miami needs to work on. They were never ever good at it. You can take a look at like their team stats. They're 15-25 on control. Like literally all their wins fucking come from fucking vault. They're 1-7 on protocol, 4-10 on Hossie. Gotta work on the fucking control. You literally gotta. And also, this might come as a shocker, but I think their S&D is lacking a lot. They lost a lot of S&Ds. They basically lost like almost every S&D to LA Thieves at fucking Major 4. They lost the S&D to Atlanta Faze. You know, they've been losing a lot of S&Ds to the top teams. Definitely something they need to get back on track with is their S&D. And also, like, just control. Like, obviously, like, their hard point. They're good at Hacienda. They're not good at red cards, so I would not play against LA Thieves or Atlanta Faze, like, unless you get that back on track. But that map, I mean, against LA Thieves just comes down to an AR battle. But you have Super and Rencore now, so I mean, A tier ARs you could definitely contest there, but I mean, you definitely just got to work on that one a little bit more. What the fuck are the other maps? Skyline. They're pretty good at Skyline hardpoint, not gonna lie. They're pretty good at it. Oh yeah, like they're 12-4 on it. So I think it's just Skyline and Hossie that they're pretty much good at, but every other map it's kind of like Rewind. They only played it twice all season long, which is fucking insane. Vault's a map they like to play a lot, but it's very inconsistent. It's not a guaranteed win. Like, a lot of teams need more maps. I'm not saying every map's guaranteed, but teams need more maps where they feel like super confident on. Like Ultra, yeah, they've been like smoking everyone on Skyline. They're not unbeatable, but like map they win like 95% of the time. Like, you need a map like that where you feel super confident on. They need more of that for hardpoint and just like everything in fucking control. Like, need to get better control. There's no reason at the end of the year we should be sucking this hard at control. It's not a hard game type to learn. Watch how teams fucking play fucking control and fucking play the other maps. You have all season long to play these other maps and control. Don't know how you haven't gotten better at it. Makes no sense to me. But that's another story entirely. But yeah, definitely like the respawn. I mean, I'm basically saying all 3 game modes, but I am talking about things people need to work on. So there is that. Went through Vancouver, went through Rocker, not making it. Whoa, unfortunate. I think it's just OpTic and fucking Faze. Yeah, I did Ultra, I did Carolina, I did Boston, I did LA Thieves, I did Miami, did Vancouver. Just OpTic and Faze. So I feel OpTic. I think Merc is the biggest fucking revelation I've ever seen in my life. Like, the way he now has this team on a level where I'm thinking they can make the COD Champs Grand Finals is fucking astounding. Because I would have never put him anywhere on a championship Sunday on any bracket ever this year. But Merc turned it around. All of a sudden, their control looks a bit better. Like, Hacienda is now a good control map for him. Definitely something they just need to, like, just tighten up on a bit better, but it's great. And Protocol, they're now getting better at Protocol, so they basically have 2 good maps there now. If they just tighten up on those maps, like, having Hacienda and Protocol is great. Just get rid of fucking Vault every time. Make teams either play fuck Protocol or Hossie. That's great. That's good for them. S&D, definitely something they need to work on. It's not, they have no bread and butter S&Ds. Like, another team, exactly like Ultra, no bread and butter S&Ds. Vault, Skyline aren't there. Like, you look at Rewind S&D, it's not a guaranteed win. You look at Red Card, not a guaranteed win. Protocol, probably like their best map, not a guaranteed win. They're 5-4 on it. They lost a lot of unfortunate times on this map, but it's still whatever. Hacienda, not a guaranteed win. a dealership's a new map for them. They're 4-1, but there's a lot of good dealership teams. There's Miami, there's Vancouver, LA Thieves is good on it too. Even Atlanta Faze, honestly, even though like they haven't played it much, like they lost it the first time, but now they look like they really know how to play it. So there's a lot of teams that can play fucking dealership. So you look at those S&D maps, they don't really like. You don't really look at the S&D map. Oh, OpTic got that. You know, you don't have that. You can basically say it with everything in their map pool, but also hardpoint against like the top teams, definitely something that needs to be worked on. And I've made video after video after video throughout the year. It literally comes down to Shotzi and Hook playing in a more consistent manner. And I'm gonna preface this because Hook is probably the most consistent fucking player I've fucking seen this season. This guy is just consistently, statistically wise, and even impact on the map. Like, you know, he's doing very well. He's doing very well, I'll just say that. But I think the SMGs need to be a little bit more fucking selfless, because some of the situations that they leave their ARs in is fucking insane. Merc has found a great way to counter that, and that's by just like playing the objective all the time. Means that my teammates are fucking me over less. But dude, a lot of the times fucking Dashy is left in scenarios where he's probably like, dude, I should have an SMG right here making my job easier, but instead they're off on the map and I'm just fucking in La La Land. You know, I feel like the SMGs need to just like play a little bit more objective minded. Like Merc is putting up the numbers he puts up, bro. This guy in hardpoint literally defaults to the hill all the time because no one else helps in the hill. He hops in the hill, pops a 2-piece, fucking finesses his life. Like, if everybody on the team had that mindset, like, the same way when you look at Atlanta Faze, a BZ could be on the hill, Sim could be on the hill, Draws could be on the hill, MC could be on the hill. Like, when you have a whole team that's all playing the same way, playing like that, it'll be even more unstoppable. Like, OpTic have a very rock and roll play style now. Like with Merc, dude, they brought out a level of aggression. I have, like, this is the way, like, Shotzi loves playing, but they need to find a more consistent way to play it. Like, they finally have, like, the foundation of how they want to play, like, the pace that they want to play. It's all there. But the SMGs are very inconsistent with some of the decisions that they make, and it leaves the whole team in limbo. Everything comes down to the decisions SMG makes. SMG players win championships. You're never going to look at an AR hard carrying. I mean, unless it's like Scrap, but he's like a way fucking faster. But most of the time, you're never going to look at an AR and that team's going to win them like the championship. There needs to be SMGs doing shit. Like, SMGs need to do shit. And they are good players. They are doing shit, but they need to be a little bit more OBJ oriented. S&D, definitely something they got to work on as well. I mean, I already said that. They have no bread and butters. Control, they pretty much have a grasp of. It's kind of something that forces you to play the objective a bit more. I don't know how Hardpoint does not as well, but they have a very, like, their Hardpoint's like there. Like, I know, like, they're right on the cusp of greatness, but when you have players that are just playing the same way, just these old habits fucking die hard, dude. Just need to, like, learn how to evolve a bit. Play more team oriented, and this team will actually be fucking final. They actually could be final. But before the final, their S&D got to get better. Control definitely got to get better. But their hard points in this scenario, they have been losing a lot to like the top teams. But it's like right there. Certain players just play like a little bit better. Like, and I'm not talking statistically wise, but just more fundamentally like oriented to like the win. Like, they'll play a lot better. And then on purpose, I swear to God, I didn't even do this on purpose. I didn't save Atlanta Faze like for last. It just happened that way. But I feel Atlanta Faze, some that's been bothered. It's so funny, like, looking at this, they're fucking 49-29, and I think LA Thieves has like 3 more fucking wins than them, like, not even that crazy. But I mean, I'll actually even take a look at it right here. So they're fucking 49-29, and they are 49-24. So Atlanta Faze have 5 more losses. They have both had the exact same amount of wins. I think Atlanta Faze, their hard point is very inconsistent. It's like the one thing that when we look at them in brackets and we're like on the fence, it's because we just never know what phase we're going to get. They could either show up and be fucking final or show up and just be fucking idiots, you know? And a lot of the times it comes down to their hard point. A lot of times it's like they get broken so easily, or they just lack rotation because they're fighting for scrap time. You know, like, a lot of things, it's like, why are we doing this now, bro? You were just playing good before, and now you're like back to these old terrible habits in Vanguard. I watched Tuscan fucking Hardpoint over and over again on that fucking P4, dude. They would just fight for P4. Last fucking 2 seconds, they're fucking fighting for it. They're so hungry for it. Every team would beat them on the P5 rotation. They'd lose every single time on Tuscan. Every fucking time. I'm like, dude, who the fuck is telling them? Hit the scrap time, bro. Fucking rotate. Like, you gotta learn how to, like just gotta learn, But overall, like, their hard points very inconsistent. Depends on the team they're facing and depends on, like, what Phase 8 is, what you get for hard point. Their hard point's very inconsistent. I think their control's in a very good place. They don't play Vault. Fuck Vault. You never have to play it. You just fucking never have to play it. They haven't played in a long time, actually. I think majority of those, I think 99% of those, if not 100, are all online and not on LAN. I don't think they played Vault Control one time on LAN all season long. So definitely something they could avoid. Their Hacienda and Protocol, definitely got to tighten them up a little bit, but they're in good places where it's not like urgent care. I think their hard points in urgent care. And also S&D. They lost a lot of S&Ds to LA Thieves. They lost the red card and they lost the rewind. Granted, pretty close, both like 6-4, but a lot of mistakes in S&D. And this is one thing I'm going to say, because I talk about their hard point being consistent, but they were actually onto something when it came to Major 1 and Major 2, where it's like, if we, like, I heard Simp say it before, like, if we just tighten up our S&D, like, we're good. And if they won the rewind against LA Thieves, so if we, like, go on the LA Thieves series, I'll even pull it up, because I just broke down, like, slightly, like, a very quick half an hour analysis for 99% members, so go check that out. If they just, like, won this, all of a sudden it's a 3-3, and it's all came down to, like, a round. There's a round, they were up 3-2 lives. It was like 5-4. It was the round, the fucking force of 5-5, and who knows what could happen that 5-5. Probably still would have lost it, maybe, but if they won that map. But it was a 3-2, and a BZC's Hydra walked by, doesn't think another player is going to be right beside him. It's like the last two players on the team. I mean, you should kind of assume that they're, like, together, but fucking whatever, to each their own. And he just ran out and he died, and then they got 2-piece and they lost their man advantage and they fucking lost that round. Bro, if they win that map, all of a sudden, we're going to a game 7. They got 3-0 on Hacienda. I think they got caught off guard by that. Definitely something they got to tighten up. I think their protocol's in a pretty good spot. Sometimes they start off slow on protocol control and then they pick it up and, like, they come back into the game. Like, sometimes they just need, like, a feel for it. But Hacienda, definitely got to tighten them up. You lost to LA Thieves, you lost to OpTic, you lost to Vancouver on the map. Definitely got to get the Hacienda back up. But yeah, if they just retighten, like, the S&D, I guess it was in 6-4 or 6-3. You tighten up the S&Ds, you tighten up the hard points, you're a championship caliber team. I mean, they already are, but if you tighten up the hard point and you just get, I mean, their S&D against pretty much everyone else besides LA Thieves is pretty good. But if you just tighten up the hard point, like, literally no one's going to touch you. If they played, like, a different hard point map, like the Eagle Child, I'm on fucking red card again. I'm actually very curious if RJ, I can't even talk, like he said he might do, watch my hardpoint analysis video. If they win, if they play LA Thieves on right card hardpoint and they win, bro, I'm gonna need fucking residuals, or I'm gonna need some credit. Like, I need some like, if I see a BC play in the way that I said he should play and, like, they win, bro, I'm gonna jump for joy, but yeah, but that's my analysis, sort of. I said it's gonna be a short video. I said it's gonna be one of my shorter videos, ends up being half an hour. Are we surprised? You guys should know me by now. When it comes to this shit, I love to talk. There's a lot to say. But we will see. I'll be giving a day-to-day predictions after the Thursday matches. I may stream them, like, because, like, tomorrow I find out if I get approved for, like, the place I applied for. So if that happens, then it'll be a lot easier to watch the games. I'll just have to, like, pack in the background or pack, like, off stream. But I will be making lots of content around champs. Stay tuned for that. Appreciate y'all for watching. May upload this to a podcast, like, just so you guys can hear it in your ear, because it ended up being half an hour. Just a short burrito talk. Like, Probably should have started off like that, but I mean, I guess not. But yeah, I'm gonna upload this as a podcast episode. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Just a nice little fucking yap session in your ear. So follow on Spotify, Apple Music. I mean, like you can even see like Burrito Talk, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. Go follow that shit. Can't wait for champs. Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win? Everyone's gonna say Thieves. But that is it for me. This has been Burrito. Bada boom, bada bye. We'll see you next time.